Hey guys, Jason Noble here, and I'm going to make a follow-up video to my video that was about how toning exercises and Blogilates are bullshit. And the reason I'm making this video is because I think a lot of people just really do not understand why I have this opinion on the subject. And I did get a little bit of a negative reaction from what I think are just some Blogilates fangirls that just love the videos. They love the girl who does the videos, and they're blindly following her and just assume that she is doing the right thing. And I'm going to say this before I say anything. I do not know her personally. I do not know anything about her personally. I don't know if she's intentionally trying to dupe any of you, or if she actually believes that she's doing these toning exercises and it's getting her more toned. Well, the reality is the toning exercises aren't doing anything for her. The majority of her physique is probably just natural genetics and diet. Now, the crazy thing is she doesn't even have that amazing of a, especially if you're looking at fitness, female fitness models. I mean, if you're comparing her to the average girl on the street, she's above average easily. But still, I see better looking girls in the gym every single day. But you compare her to fitness girls, she's on well below average. But that is completely irrelevant to this conversation. But what I will tell you is a lot of people have said this. She is super popular on the YouTube. Well, what people do not realize, and this goes for, I referenced her as the female Mike Chang in another video. This goes for Mike Chang as well. There is a reason they are very popular on YouTube. And it's not because they're providing such great content for everybody to watch. They have paid to promote their videos on YouTube. Both of them have professional production crews, and they pay YouTube to promote their videos and get their videos out there. Anyone can do this. The difference is does it make sense for you financially to pay hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars so you can have more hits on YouTube? Well, if you have a professional production crew and you're selling a product, yes, it does. If you're the average Joe or Jane making videos just for entertainment, no, it doesn't. But this is how these two became probably, I'd say they're the two most popular fitness channels on YouTube. And they're also probably the two most bullshit channels on YouTube as far as fitness advice goes. Alright, so further to the point, I want to explain exactly why these Blogilates toning exercises are bullshit. Because a lot of people just think I'm hating, and to a point, yes I am. But I'm also hating on something that is a false, it's a myth, it's not true. And I like to think of it more as exposing a myth than just hating on somebody. Which, in this case, I am 100% correct, because it's not just hating on somebody. It is a myth, and this does not work. And if you are doing this, you are wasting your time, most likely. The only justifiable reason I think you could justify for doing this is if you just genuinely enjoy doing it, but are not worried about it not producing any results. If you think it's producing your results, then you are wasting your time. You could do something much more beneficial and much more productive to get the results you are looking for. Alright, so this is the example I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a very popular exercise that she does, and this doesn't just go for her. This goes for almost every toning exercise female guru that I've ever seen in my life. Then I'm going to compare it to what a competitive bikini model would do for a competition in the NPC or IFBB if they're a professional, to tone the exact same area. What it is a glute kickback. I'll be leaving two videos down below. One of them is the Blogilates butt lift and slim thighs POP Pilates beach series, and the other one is Carrie Keenan glute kickbacks. Now, they are more or less the same exercise. Now, in the Blogilates video, she does go on and do some different exercises as well, but it's still the same idea, and it still uses the same bullshit logic. The other one, where Carrie Keenan's video is purely just her performing the glute kickbacks on a machine. Alright, so start out, we're going to go over the Blogilates video. So basically she instructs you to get on all fours, and you're going to raise one leg up and you're going to kick that back into the air to tone your glute muscles and your hamstrings, basically the muscles in your butt region and the back of your leg. Alright, so here's where the flaw in that lies. Your leg muscles and your glute muscles are some of the strongest muscles in your body, and they are designed to carry your weight and more to propel your body when walking, jogging, running, jumping, etc., etc. So moving your leg against the air, against absolutely zero resistance, is extremely easy. In fact, you will have less stimulation from this than if you just walked somewhere. For the equivalent amount of time, you would stimulate the muscles far more just walking under your own body weight. So the entire idea that you are toning yourself by performing an exercise that is easier on the muscles than a normal daily activity such as walking is completely absurd. And furthermore, and I've said this before, the only true benefit to this from a results point of view would be the slight bit of calorie burn that you get from doing this compared to sedentary. For example, you would be getting more calorie burn performing her exercise than what I am right now. Well, pound for pound. You say that because I weigh quite a bit more than most women. But you would be getting more exercise doing that than what I am right now, sitting here talking to a camera. But if I just got up and walked to my mailbox, I would burn far more calories than performing these exercises. Not to mention far more muscle stimulation, even though my body is designed for that. So it's actually really not going to tone that area of my body or a woman's body, because we are designed to be able to walk and carry our own weights, our own weight. So basically, if you are moving a very strong muscle against absolutely zero resistance, there is no possible biological way you could be toning this muscle area. Alright, so now I'm going to compare it to what Carrie Keenan's doing. Carrie Keenan is performing a glute kickback. Now, she is doing a modified version on a, what I think it was, is a hamstring curl machine. There is actually a genuine machine for this as well, and for a more advanced person, I'd recommend doing it the way she does, but if you are a little less experienced, the actual machine is probably going to be easier for you. Now, she's doing the exact same movement as in the Blogilates video, but she is doing it with genuine weighted resistance. So she is targeting that muscle area with genuine weighted resistance, which is harder than what she's used to doing, just walking around or doing something else. So this will cause genuine muscular hypertrophy and will actually cause her to grow her muscles in that area and tone her muscles in that area. Now, here's the thing, and this is one of the main things that you'll get from this. Many of the people who are fans of these toning exercises, the first thing they'll say is, I don't want to get big. I don't want to get huge. And frankly, first thing I'm going to say is, if you look at the videos of maybe Carrie Keenan's not the best example because she is a figure competitor, and figure is a little bit more muscular than some. But if you use an example of a bikini competitor, they lift heavy weights, and none of them are very big. In fact, I don't really consider her to be huge. She's definitely more toned than most women, but she's definitely not huge either. Lifting weights as a female is not going to get you very big at all. In fact, something I've mentioned before between close personal friends is with this myth about women, oh, I don't want to lift heavy weights because I don't want to get big. Well, that's a complete myth, and the reality is women should be discouraged from lifting weights because it takes so much for them to actually gain any significant amount of muscle. It is extremely difficult for women to put on much muscle at all. So that's not what's going to happen if you start lifting weights, if you start doing resistance training. You will not get huge. And the other thing about these videos is, and I mentioned this in my other video, and some people will argue no, they don't do it because they think it's easy. But the reality is, waving your leg around in the air is easier than doing squats, lunges, presses, rows, and it's easier than doing genuine cardiovascular exercise. And you're lying to yourself because you enjoy doing the easiest excuse for exercise possible. Now, does this mean you're a bad person? No, it's not. It means that you need something to get motivated to actually exert yourself physically so you can actually get real results. Now, for the average person, I do not say you have to go to a gym and start lifting weights. For the average person, I would only recommend doing regular cardio. Now, cardio, depending on your athleticism, can be walking for 30 minutes to an hour daily, but I would prefer you progress from this to something that is genuinely moderately demanding for 30 minutes to an hour daily, and starting a proper diet. Get a proper nutrition plan. Those of you who are wanting to lose weight, the secret's pretty easy. You have to burn more calories than you put into your body. So the easiest way to do this, eat right, number one, and exercise. Cardio is going to be the most important, but if you want to do it to the best level possible, add some resistance training. That will burn calories, not to mention a slight bit of added muscle mass will raise your resting metabolic rate to cause you to burn more calories. Alright guys, so that's pretty much how I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to leave the links to those two videos down below. If you have any questions, let me know. Insults, if you want to debate the topic, I'm more than happy to debate it, because there's really nothing to debate because I'm right. But people will blindly believe anything. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.